Hi everyone, welcome to Self-Care with Meg. My name is Meg and I'll be leading you through your practice. Today it'll be helpful to have a block for class just for some of the balancing postures, but other than that, get any props that you need and set yourself up for a comfortable seat. We're going to start with some breath work. So you can get any movement that you need to help you settle in, whether that's a roll of your shoulders or a twist or a bend. When you're ready to come to stillness, we're going to take your left hand, curl your index finger to touch the base of your thumb, rest your thumb on top of your index finger and rest that down on your thigh. Then take the peace fingers, the first two fingers on your right hand, touch in between your eyebrows, pressing into your third eye. Deep breath in through your nose. Out through your nose. And use your right thumb to block your right nostril. Inhale through the left. Exhale left. Use the ring finger to block the left. Inhale right. Exhale right. Block the right. Inhale left. Exhale left. Block that, switch, and keep that going. You're only going to be here for a little bit longer, so notice if you feel any burning or stinging sensation in either one of your nostrils, up in your sinuses. It's just sensation to observe, right? And try and stick with it. But of course, if you're fully blocked up on one side or the other, don't skip that round of breath. Breathe fully, get the oxygen that you need, and then just do it on the one side that's not blocked. And this breath cycle, alternate nostril breathing, is balancing for your brain, for your nervous system, for a few different reasons. One, you are touching into the pressure point for your pituitary gland, your third eye. And then you're getting more stimulation in one nostril and one sinus and then the other. And your sinuses go far back into your head. So you're getting this sort of acupressure stimulation up in your sinuses, which is good for balancing the two hemispheres of your brain. So keep that going, just a few more rounds. Keeping it slow, keeping it mindful. And we take time at the beginning of class to check in various ways through stillness and through breath, and centering our attention here on the mat with our practice, not to block out the rest of our life or to forget, what else is happening with us, but to get some focus for our mind, right? Because your mind might have been dealing with some anxieties or some worries or some planning or just, the mental work that is constantly grinding throughout your day. And your practice isn't the time for that, right? We bring our attention back to a single object, the breath, the sensation in the body, the movement, right, as it comes. And that is the gateway or the path to noticing what is present, noticing what is current in your energetic state, in your physical state, and in your mental state, because things will come up mentally and you'll notice what is distracting you, what is bothering you, what is your mind grasping onto. And it's all just good information. But again, you're not here to forget about your life or to check out. Quite the opposite. Your practice can make you more sensitive to your own experience, right? It can really bring up your vulnerabilities, what is raw in you. And that can be a misconception about the practice, whether your practice is a formal meditation or a yoga practice or just taking time in quiet stillness or intentional self-care. That's not a place that you can really check out. I mean, you can use it as that for sure. If you get deep into a routine of practice, it can end up being some place where you run to escape from whatever is triggering you or bothering you. But our practice is meant to highlight what is happening in our life, to support us through that experience, rather than shutting the door on that experience. All right, take just one more round of breath on each side. And when you're finished, you can rest your hands back down in your lap. Deep breath in together through both nostrils. Pause at the top. More breath in. Open mouth, exhale. All right, inhale, raise your arms up overhead. Exhale, twist to your right. Left hand on your knee, right hand behind you. And you may need to slide off of any prop that you're sitting on, or grab a block or something to put behind you so your hand can touch down. Keep the sternum lifted, and as you rotate your ribs around your spine, left hand stays grounded on your knee, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, side bend. Using that grip on the right knee to lean over farther. Breath in. Breath out, cross the arms, gripping both knees now, round your spine, tuck your chin. Breathe into the space between your shoulder blades. Inhale to unravel, reaching your arms back up to the ceiling. Exhale, cactus the arms and drag your elbows back like you're trying to pull your sternum up towards the sky. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, twist to your left. Right hand on your knee, left hand behind you. Pressing the ground away, staying tall through your spine. Wrapping your chin over your back shoulder, bringing the twist up through your cervical spine. Breathing expansive out into the ribs. Right hand stays grounded on your knee, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, side bend. Feeling that length along both sides of your waist as you lean into that grip on your knee. Inhale. Exhale, arms cross, round spine. Creating space between the back ribs, using your breath. Inhale, arms come up, unravel. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the sternum, lift the chest. Arms come back up. Exhale, plant your hands and come over into a tabletop, all fours. You can take some cat and cow when you arrive, or any other shapes that help support you in warming up. Possibly inhaling to lower the belly, draw the rib cage forward, tailbone up. Exhaling to round your back, tuck your chin. Then keep going with your breath. Getting curious about your experience, curious about the sensation in your body with movement. And as we commit to a regular practice and spending time with ourselves in relative quiet, it's hard not to learn things about yourself. It's hard to avoid waking up to what is more subtle or what is deeper within you. And through that self-study, we get to know our own preferences, our own desires, what makes us comfortable, what makes us feel secure, and what does the opposite of that, of course. And ideally, we learn to create some space around those things, right? Growing our comfort zone, growing the possibility for us of what is ideal and comfortable. All right, child's pose. Settle your hips back to your heels, reach your arms out in front of you, stretch long through your armpits. Grip the mat. As you inhale, rock forward through cat pose with a tucked chin, tucked tailbone. Wave your pelvis down to the mat, lengthen out your legs. Elbows squeeze back, drag your hands back, peel your head up into cobra. As you exhale, tuck your chin. Press up through cat pose with a round back. And settle all the way back to child's pose. Again like that. Inhale, rock through cat, all the way to cobra. Shoulders away from the ears. Exhale. Press back through cat to child. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Found the one creaky spot in my floor. All right. And shift forward into tabletop again. Inhale, lift your left arm up, chest opens to the side of the room. Exhale, thread the needle, shoulder and ear come down. Keep that movement going. Inhale, unwind. Reach up, look up, exhale, thread the needle. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Then stay in your threaded needle. Step your right foot back and reach your right arm forward. So you're feeling that length through your entire right side. Allowing your right hip to lower, your right armpit to open up, bringing more twist into this shape. Know that there's never any rush in your practice. You can always linger in a posture as long as you need to. And it really doesn't matter what class you're taking, right? If it's a slow flow or a power vinyasa, it's your practice. Right hand back underneath your shoulder and circle your right leg off the mat. Foot smears down. And press into your right hand, left arm up, unwind away from your extended leg. Exhale, bring your hand back down to the mat and roll up to stand on your knee. Arms come up overhead, inhale. Exhale, gate latch pose, right arm down, left arm over. Keeping your chest square towards the front of your space. Inhale to come up with both arms. Exhale, left hand down off the mat, supported side plank. Stacking shoulders, stacking hips. Reach your right arm overhead, bicep over your ear, and pick your right leg up. Inhale. Exhale, reach back for your foot. Kick into your hand, keep your thigh bone lifted. Inhale. Exhale, release, get long. Then walk your hands back to the front of the mat, keeping that right leg lifted. Tuck your left toes, three-legged dog. Right leg is high, bend the knee, big circles with the thigh bone. Playing with both directions. And re-extend that leg, inhale. Exhale, step between your hands. Lower your back knee down and come up, Anjaneyasana. Shoulders over the hips. Right knee directly over the ankle or slightly behind. You can give yourself some more space if you need it. Inhale. Exhale, open the arms. Palms face up, press your thumbs towards the back of the space and lift the sternum, lift the gaze. Keep gripping the mat with your front foot. Inhale, arms come back up. Exhale, half splits, Ardha Hanuman. Toes can be flexed or pointed towards the front of the space. But feel the connection between femur and hip socket, drawing that leg back towards you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands over your right shoulder, getting a little more stretch in the outer line of your leg. And then keep that going. Walk your hands over to the right. Bend into your right knee till you're facing the side of your mat, long edge of the mat. Right knee stacked on top of the left. Arms up. Inhale. Exhale, right hand down, left arm over. Press the ground away. Keeping space in the outside of the left hip. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, both hands plant towards the front of the mat. Press into your right foot. Standing all the way up, standing splits. Letting your head fall. Inhale. Exhale, left leg behind the right, cross-legged forward fold. Pinky toes come as close together as they can. You can always grab a block here for underneath your hands. Taking the time to get props if and when you need them. Or just want them. If you would be more comfortable, more stable with a prop, get it. There's always time for that. Uncross your feet. Inhale, half lift, lengthen. Feel the sit bones lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to roll up to stand. Unraveling one vertebrae at a time as you come all the way up. Arms come high. Press the palms, bring them down in front of your chest. Lift your left leg up, one-legged Tadasana. To tree pose, Rikshasana, foot to inner thigh or inner calf, or toes can stay on the ground with your heel against your ankle. Just avoid your knee so you're not pushing on the side of that joint. But press your leg back into your foot. Feel that stability, pelvis presses forward, arms come up. Bring the back of your left hand down onto your thigh. Stretch up through the right side and then bend over, windswept variation. Feeling all the little movements in your body. Might feel a gentle sway as you effort into this balance. Inhale, back up, both arms high. Exhale, curtsy. Left knee behind the right, sweep the arms back, then left hand plants, right hand high, twist. Stay low in your hips. Both hands to the mat and step back, high plank. to forearm plank. Forearms down to the mat. Press the elbows down and forward. Inhale. Exhale, right hip taps the mat. Inhale through center. Exhale, left hip taps. Keep it going. Using your obliques to pull your hips back up through center. Keep your breath going as you move just for 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep breathing. 4, 3, 2. Come back through center and lower your pelvis down to the mat. Separate your hands if they are together. Make sure your elbows are just in front of your shoulders. Grip the mat, drag it back towards you. Sphinx pose, shoulders out of the ears. And you can stay just like this, or angle the hands out, lift the elbows for seal pose. Once the elbows are lifted, drag your hands back towards you. Lower the elbows if they're lifted. Slide your hands back underneath your shoulders, child's pose. Shift forward to all fours again, squaring off to the mat. Inhale, lift your right arm up. Look up towards your thumb. Exhale, thread the needle. Shoulder and ear come down. Inhale to unwind. Again, reach up. Exhale, thread the needle. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. And pause here. Step your left foot back. Left arm reaches forward. Again, notice that twist through your spine. So the left hip is coming down, flattening out the lower back, and then rotate open through your left shoulder. You can even walk your left fingertips farther behind your head. Press actively through your right knee. And bring your left hand back underneath your shoulders. Slide your left foot out off the mat. Smear the entire foot down. And unravel, right arm up. Inhale. Exhale, hand back down to the mat and roll up to stand on your knee. Arms come high. Breath in. Breath out, left arm down, right arm over, gate latch pose. Feel a little lift of the pubic bone. You can have a lift of the pelvic floor here as well. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, right hand down off of the mat. A different view. Right hand off the mat. Left foot stays down, supported side plank. And reach your left hand over your head, bicep by your ear. Pick up the left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Reach back for your foot. Kick into your hand, pulling the thighs away from each other. Inhale. Exhale, re-extend. And walk your hands back to the front of the mat. Left leg will stay lifted. Tuck the right toes. Three-legged downward facing dog. Once your hips are up and back, bend your left knee, big circles with your thigh bone. Taking it in both directions. Re-extend your leg, inhale. Exhale, step between your hands. Lower your back knee down and come up, Anjaneyasana. Feel your waist stretching up off of your hip crest. Press down through your back knee, your front foot. Inhale. Exhale, arms wide. Palms face up, thumbs back as you lift the sternum, like you're trying to roll your upper back over a barrel. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, half splits. Hands to the ground as you lengthen out your front leg. And feel your left sit bone pull back, finding more length through the back line, through the hamstring, through the gastrocs, muscle of the calf, one of the muscles of the calf. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, walk your hands over your left shoulder, getting a little bit of twist first. And then keep walking your hands over your left shoulder, bending into the left knee to sit all the way down and stack the knees. Coming into this variation of cow face pose, arms come up, inhale. Exhale, left hand down, right arm over, pressing the ground away to roll open through the right ribs, right armpit. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, both hands plant down towards the top of the mat. Step up onto your left leg. Unwind the legs, right leg high. Spine spills down, inhale. Exhale, right leg behind the left, cross-legged forward fold. The big toes will press down into the mat. So you're rolling the weight into the arches of the feet. And uncross your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to come all the way up. Tadasana, mountain pose. Exhale, hands down in front of your chest. Standing at attention. And right leg comes up, one-legged Tadasana. Vrikshasana, tree pose. Foot to inner thigh or inner calf, finding what works in your body and playing with your balance, your edge. Engage the inner line of the thigh. Arms come up. Inhale. Exhale, lower your right arm, your right back of your hand onto your right thigh. You can take Vayu Mudra. Thumb covers the index finger. Reaching straight up through the left arm, side bend, windswept tree. And keep pressing your foot into your thigh here. You're pressing your left hip over to the left, getting a bend all the way through the hip. Inhale to come back up. Exhale, curtsy, right knee behind the left, sweep the arms back. And right hand plants, left hand high, twist. My right knee is touching my left calf here. The foot is out to the side, so I have a wide breath between my feet for more balance. Both hands plant down to the mat and step back, high plank. Come down to your forearms, forearm plank. Then both heels go over to the left. Forearm side plank, right arm up. If you can be stacked or staggered, press the ground away to rainbow the hips towards the ceiling. Inhale. Exhale, right arm reaches underneath your waist. Again like that, inhale, arm up. Exhale, reach under. Moving slow with control, inhale. Last time, exhale. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, right forearm back down and switch sides. Coming onto the knife edge of your right foot, left arm lifts. Structure through the shoulders, inhale. Exhale, left arm reaches underneath you. Inhale, arm up. Exhale to reach. Really press through your feet, strong in your legs. Last time, inhale. Exhale. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, both forearms down. Lower your hips to the mat, Sphinx pose. And you can stay in Sphinx pose if you want that little more in your back bend. Angle the fingers out. Lift the elbows, drag the mat back towards you. Keep pressing down through your pelvis actively. Lower the elbows down. Press back, child's pose. Soften your breath here. Then take your time moving to downward facing dog. You can shift forward through a tabletop, or move right up and back from child's pose and then get a little movement. Making your tailbone the apex of your posture and allowing your shoulder blades to spread broad on your back. Creating more stability, more strength through the shoulders to press the arms down and forward actively, but still keeping your shoulders out of your ears. You're not getting crunched up, hiding your neck. The neck is staying long, the head hangs between the arms, but the shoulder blades are spread wide. Right leg comes up, inhale. Exhale, right knee to right elbow, shift forward. Inhale, leg comes high. Exhale, right knee to left elbow, fallen triangle. Kick your leg out to the side, left arm up. And both hands back down to the mat, three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, right knee towards right elbow, and step wide towards the outer edge of the mat. Hands are to the inside of your foot. You can stay up on your hands or come down to elbows here. If you're somewhere in between that, grab your block and bring it underneath your elbows. Start to move back and forth on your back toes. Breathing into that sensation, keeping the back thigh lifted. Come back to stillness. Walk yourself up onto your hands. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Ground the back heel and come up. Keep sinking into your front knee, hips face forward. Inhale. Exhale, broaden the arms, palms face up, reaching out east and west. Thumbs press back, lift your chest. Inhale. Exhale, lace your hands behind your back. Chest stays lifted, another breath in. Breath out, humble warrior. Keep your shoulders off of your ears. Inhale, come back up. Arms come high. Exhale to warrior two. You may need to lengthen out your stance, heel to arch alignment in your feet. Strong in your arms. Inhale, reverse warrior. Big lift through the right ribs. Reach up and back. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle reaching forward. Then stack the arms. And you can grab a block here if you want it. It can sometimes be nice to have something to press your hand down into, but also keep some height so you can move your right rib cage, right waistline forward. And left arm reaches forward. Right arm reaches forward, Utthita arms. Keeping the arms out long, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, Utthita Trikonasana, reaching both arms forward. Again like that, inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle variation. Inhale, reverse with both arms. Exhale, half moon. Reach forward, step up onto your right leg. And that block, again, can come with you. Even if you don't think you need it, you can feel that stability, get to that place of fuller expansion, and then from there, set the block aside and see how that feels. Giving your nervous system some time to adjust into this shape. If you want to take Chapasana and play with the bind, of course that is welcome. Any variation that feels interesting. Pressing hard through the right foot, inhale. Exhale, steps you back. Warrior two. Land, adjust. To high crescent lunge. Pivot onto your back toes. Both arms up. Inhale. Exhale, pyramid variation. Staying up on your back toes. Folding over your long front leg. And then you can stay just like this if you're getting enough stretch. If you want some more, walk your hands towards the top right corner of the mat. Really scissoring the inner thighs, feeling that right hip hug down and back. Walk your hands back to the center of the mat, soften your right knee, step back, high plank, and take your flow. Chaturanga Dandasana, lowering halfway or all the way. Inhaling, upward facing dog or cobra. Exhaling to downward facing dog. And I know I always say flow back to downward facing dog in your own way, but there are lots of options there. You can keep taking that Sphinx pose that we did at the beginning of class. You can keep your thighs and your belly down in cobra, or you can keep the thighs floating in upward facing dog, or you can take a child's pose, or you can sit back on your heels, or you can take a camel. All right, deep breath in. Big breath out. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, left knee to left elbow, shift forward. Inhale, leg high. Exhale, left to right for fallen triangle. Kick the leg out. Right arm circles up. And you can stay in more of a side plank shape, or you can rotate open. Chest up, hips up. Both hands down. Three-legged dog, inhale. Exhale, left knee to left elbow. Hands to the inside of your foot. Hands to the inside of your foot. You can stay up on your hands or come down to elbows. Start to move back and forth on your back toes. And you don't get extra points for coming down onto your elbows. If you're getting a good stretch up here, stay up here. All right, come back to stillness. Right foot comes fully onto the mat and come up warrior one. Your stance can be as long, short, wide, narrow as you need it to be. Inhale. Exhale, open the arms wide. Arms are straight out to the sides. Press your thumbs back, lift your sternum, look up. Feeling into this powerful stance. Inhale. Exhale, lace your hands behind your back. Chest up, breath in. Breath out, humble warrior. Stretch the rib cage forward and then bow. Inhale to come back up. Arms come high. Exhale is warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. And I take a wide stance in my warrior one. So my feet are about as wide as the mat. So when I come into warrior two, I need to toe heel my feet around to get them to line up to be more stable in this posture with hips open. Inhale, reverse warrior. Lifting the ribs off of the waist. Exhale, Trikonasana, triangle. Reaching forward first, then stacking the arms. So you feel that length from the tailbone through the crown of your head, through the back of your neck, before you stack the arms. And even though you're opening across your hips, there's no external rotation in the back leg. You're still driving through the back heel. The foot's a little bit at an angle, pressing down through the pinky edge. Right arm reaches forward. Left arm reaches forward, Utthita arms. Strong core, like you're holding a power ball between your hands. Some Dragon Ball Z vibes. Inhale, reverse warrior, soften your front knee, both arms up and back. Exhale, Utthita Trikonasana. Again, inhale, reverse. Exhale, triangle. Inhale, reverse with both arms. Exhale, half moon. Reach forward, step up on to the right leg. And you can come to this in a couple different ways. You can reach forward, fully ground the hand, maybe even ground it on a block, and move into this from the ground up. Or what I more typically do is reach forward, step up, and teeter-totter your hand down to the ground or a block. Flare the toes, and then maybe take Japasana. You can reach back for your foot, any other variation. Keeping it breathable. Playing with expansion, playing with taking up space. That's part of staying present here, right? If you feel your legs start to lose height and you have the energy, the strength to pick it back up, play with that edge. All right, step it back, warrior two. To high crescent lunge. Pivot onto the back toes, arms up, inhale. Exhale, pyramid. Hands to the ground, inner thighs roll towards each other. And then you can stay or walk your hands towards the top left corner of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, walk your hands back through center. Soften the left knee to step back and take your flow. Chaturanga Dandasana. If you're taking upward facing dog, squeeze your elbows into the ribs. Help give that support, but then drag your chest forward between your arms. Exhale, downward facing dog. Spread the fingers wide, getting good purchase on the mat. Deep breath in. Sound on the exhale. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, half pigeon. Knee towards your right wrist. Shin down across the top of the mat. And I like to take a block behind my right heel on the lowest level so that it catches on my back thigh. Because I get a better stretch with my foot at least a little bit farther away from my hip. But my heel tends to slide back towards my hip. So, using a block to catch my heel. And then fold forward. Allow your nervous system to settle into this stillness. Keeping your attention here. Being with the sensation. Being with your current experience. And the more we get to know about our own preferences, And our comfort zone and our ideals and our values and our attention style, right? What we pay attention to or see as most important. The more we might notice that the people in our life have a different set of values or attention style or comfort zone. And as an act of compassion, we can effort not to fault them for that. Right? To not get frustrated or angry when someone else, right, our partner, our friend, our coworker, our parent, our child, is not us. Right? We cannot fault other people for not being us, for not seeing things the same way we do. Because those differences are what makes relationships rich. And listening and learning the language style, the attention style, the set of values of other people, that is an act of compassion. That's not just feeling compassion, but that is acting with compassion. Because maybe you can learn the language to speak to that person and really touch them, right? To make them feel comfortable, to make them feel heard, to make them feel at ease. And as a yoga teacher, I get to go to other yoga teachers' classes and hear their teaching style and hear how they teach specific poses, what cues they give, how they teach certain philosophies, what language they use, what parts of those philosophies they highlight or see as most important. And I can try and grow my language, right? Because I'm not just teaching to myself and an army of me's, right? Whoever wants to come to my class comes to my class. And hopefully, if I can gain a broad enough perspective and enough language, I can say the right thing to at least someone in class. I can use the right words that will land with and help to expand the understanding of someone who comes to my class. All right, come back up onto your hands. Take out any props if you were using them. Right hip comes down to the mat, left leg circles all the way around to cross over the thigh. If this shape does not work for you, extend the right leg. And then both of your hips will be grounded. It'll be more stable. If this shape does work for you, stay like that. Left hand behind you, right arm up, inhale. Exhale, twist, elbow to the outside of your leg, look over your shoulder. Deep breath in. Exhale to release and counter twist. Plant your hands over to the other side. Then walk your hands back to the front of the mat. You can rock over your knees to step back, downward facing dog. And if you want another flow, or if you need to flip your dog or do something else, you're welcome to get it. When you're ready, left leg will come up. Inhale. Exhale. Half pigeon. And it doesn't matter how close your left heel is to your hip, whatever works for you, but do have your left knee wider than your hip, right? Your left knee isn't towards the center of the mat. That's not quite it. Left knee goes wider than the hip. Then I like to, again, use a block behind my heel. We should never fault other people for not being like us, for not being me, right? And we have to be really present in conversation to be aware of that, to be aware of our own reactions to someone else not noticing the same things that we notice as important. Because some people are going to see, being socially fluid as the most important. Some people are going to see having business acumen as the most important. Some people are going to see being powerful as the most important. Some people are going to see physical strength as the most important. Some people are going to see introspection and self-knowledge and, the understandings of the intricacies of emotions as most important. There's infinite things, and not everyone is going to think all of those things are important. And it affects the way that we communicate. And I think especially with the people that we love, we can feel annoyed when they're not meeting us where we are, when they are not stepping into our comfort zone. But at some point you have to think, well, is this person being annoying, or am I just being annoyed? Work your way back up. Right leg can come all the way around to cross over. Right hand plants behind you, left arm up, inhale. Exhale, twist. Look over your shoulder. Press down through both sit bones. Your left leg maybe is extended here if you're feeling off balance. Breathing into that twist. Inhale. Exhale, release and counter twist. Both hands over to the other side. And we'll meet on our backs. Happy baby. Once you get there, you can grab for the outsides of your feet. Maybe kick into one leg and kick into the other, but keep pressing down through your lower back. You can release your happy baby. If you have any other finishing postures that you need, you are welcome to get them. And when you feel ready, make your way to Shavasana, your final resting shape. And that can be flat on your back with limbs extended. It can be feet together, knees wide, with hands resting on your belly, or a hand over your heart, a hand over your belly. But however you set up, scan your body for any place you may be holding tension or effort. And use your exhales to breathe that out, allowing yourself to be heavy. Feeling your muscles, your skin melt down towards the mat, draping over your bones. And surrender your mind to an attention to sensation. you'd like to stay in Shavasana for longer, you're of course welcome to do so. If you're ready to move on with your day, trickle in some movement, maybe making fists and then spreading your fingers wide or rolling out your ankles. Fill up with some more breath, maybe some open mouth exhales. And then do any full body stretch or good morning movement that you need before you work your way up to a seat. Sit up tall once you arrive. You can bring both hands to Vayu Mudra, covering your index fingers with your thumbs. This mudra associated with the element of wind, said to help with serenity, finding serenity in any situation. So may our practice never be a place where we go to hide or escape from our lives, but instead be a place where we go to remain curious, to get to know ourselves, our preferences, our attentions, so that we can use that knowledge, creating some expansiveness, some space around our comfort zone and what we need, helping us to relate and offer compassion to the people in our life. Deep breath in together. Big breath out. Thank you for coming to your mats today, for choosing to take some time to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, to take care of your mind, and to support this community. Namaste. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, yogis. And let me know if you have any questions or would like to see anything specific in these videos. For those of you who practice in Austin, I am having a schedule change at both of my studios. So at Sukha, you can find me now on Wednesday nights for a class similar to these, slow flow, and at Crux. I'm still there on Tuesdays, but I'll be there from 5:30 to 6:30 for a flow similar to this, from 7 to 8:30 for an hour and a half of trigger point yin, and then from 9 to 10 for a slow flow. Hope to see you there. Thanks.